These awards are for 2020, and of course we run a year behind. And just to, before we get into the 2020, Bob Langford was here earlier, and we presented him with his Past Officer Medal for 2019, along with his Secretary Bar, and he was also the Legionnaire of the Year for 2019. So we also presented him with his watch. So that was done earlier. So now for 2020, we're going to start off with our years of service bars, and the membership chair, Ann Healey, will come forward, and I'm just going to read them, and when you hear your name, come up. So 5-year affiliate for Wayne McFarland, 5-year affiliate for Omar Robichaud, 5-year associate Blaine Campbell, taken by Terry, 5-year associate Kim Campbell, 5-year associate Roscoe Campbell, 5-year associate Leo Kelly, 5-year associate Ted Shedd, 5-year ordinary pin for Carolyn Clark.
Do you want me, can I,
Oh.
want me to go around?
Oh. Ten-year associate for Nelson Trecarton, 10-year affiliate for Sheila Alexander Kilfoyle, 15-year associate for Reverend Dr. Elizabeth Stevenson, and she is here. Do you want to come up, or you want us to take it to you? Bring them, come up. Well, that's okay, we'll call her up again.
I forgot he's filming.
Yes. And I have to talk not so fast, because I forgot he's filming. And Carolyn, we'll ask you to come back up again with your pin, please.
My mistake.
That's okay.
What else can you say? I'll just give it to you. Congratulations, sir. Thank you. Okay?
And then I'll move out of the way. 45-year, 15-year ordinary Steve Gordeau. 35-year life Kelly Newstead. 45-year associate Jim Betts, given to Terry. 45-year ordinary given for Burton White, given to Bill. And this year we will have a 50-year ordinary member, Norman Short, who is in Ridgewood, and once that opens up, we will be able to take his back in. So thank you, Anne. Next, we'd like to have Bill Wood come forward, and he's going to assist with passing out the past officers' medals and bars. And the first one is Past Officer Medal and Sergeant at Arms Bar and Past and Finance Officer Bar for Matt McCann. Sure, come right here. No handshaking, fist bump. And second, we have Terry informed me that he did not have his second term for president, and he also is receiving a Constitution and Laws bar, which was the closest that I could find for what he does for some of the branch stuff and in the past.
In other words, shit disturber.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I resemble that remark.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
And we have a first vice and poppy bar for Bonnie Jenkins. Second vice bar for Fred Healey.
You gotta go all the way around and back.
All the way around?
No. Food's getting cold. Come on, chop, chop.
Congratulations, Fred.
Thank you very much, Bill.
Appreciate it.
Ways and Means Bar for Mary White. A few years overdue. Membership Bar for Ann Healey. And also a membership bar. Sherry was our membership chair a couple years ago and didn't receive her bar, so Sherry McKay.
We call that a delayed reaction.
That's a delayed reaction.
Tell them it should be gold then.
Yeah, should be.
Art, I'll show a song for you.
And Constitution and Laws Bar for Steve Gordeau, who's not here this evening. And we have our Past Officer Medal for 2020 and pin for Kathy Campbell for her first term as president for 2020. And what a year it was. Thank you, Bill.
No problem.
Now here's where it gets a little complicated. Yes. We have a branch service medal, and usually it's for somebody who's been here a long time and has done a lot over that length of time. But we have a member here who's been here for a few years, and they've done exceptional service from the time they've walked into this building, and I'm sure that they're going to continue as they go along. So Ann Healey, please come forward. And I'll ask Fred to present this, and I'm going to read up a little bit of why we feel that it's important for Ann to receive this, why she was... Yes, you can hug her. Yes, you can hug her. So first of all, Ann's involved with the Community Income Tax Clinic that Terry's going to briefly mention here in a bit. Also involved with Canada Day. Last fall, she coordinated the Seniors Flea Market Canteen. She's been involved in the kitchen refresh. She's part of the COVID reopening with the branch to reopening team to put procedures in place for the branch to resume activities. She's been part of the Poppy campaign and the Poppy committee, part of the group that coordinated the remembrance events this year to follow the Dominion Command directives. And they were very specific, and we were able to put on a dignified service. And actually we did two, and Ann was actively involved with both. She also distributes poppies on the Reeds Point Ferry and involved with counting and rolling campaign donations. Again, I mentioned the two remembrance activities, and she was involved with helping to set up the wreaths for the Sunday service. The honors and awards dinners that we have, she helps to prepare food, set up tables and chairs, tear down afterwards, and she's even one of those people that I can tap on the shoulder and say, we need some extra help in the kitchen, and she'll get up from her seat and come and help serve the meal or help get the tea and coffee out and then go back and finish her meal. Brunches, she's involved with pre-cook, prep day, setting up, the day of the brunch help and cleanup. She's involved with the Military History and Archives Committee, the Finance Committee. Last year she did, even though she wasn't the treasurer, she did all of the treasurer's duties. She's also been in the past market volunteer server, and Ann is one of those members that can be called upon to provide assistance when needed. Ann has stepped into a leadership role from the time she joined the Legion, and this helps to ensure our strong financial future. So congratulations, Ann. There. You can have it. Oh, I forgot Chase the Ace, yes. write on that for me and Chase the Ace and give it back to me for later. Okay, so. Okay, so this next one, I would like to ask, who's helping to present this one? It would. Okay. Yes. Okay, not this one. Oh, it's the bag in here.
Oh, wasn't that nice?
Okay, so this next, wrong one. So Legionnaire of the Year Award for 2020. And essentially, it's the same idea. Usually for Legionnaire of the Year Award, it's somebody that's been involved with the Legion for a long period of time and has done exceptional work over that long period of time. But we also have a member who recently joined in the last few years. And again, from day one, he has been involved right from the beginning. So Fred Healey, would you please stand up? And so Fred's, don't give it to him yet, don't give it to him yet.
Yeah, turn around.
So Fred's duties as house chair, the normal duties of replacing lights and all that type of stuff that's got to be done. The kitchen renovation or refresh project, he was here practically 2 weeks straight last year in March because we had a deadline to get that kitchen ready because we had our dinner on the 14th. And he was here on the 14th. Maybe we had on the 15th. And the last day to get everything done was the 14th. And he was also in December involved with getting the stainless steel countertop for the island, as wanted to get it in as a surprise for Bonnie Jenkins before the end of the year. So I'm not going to go into all the details about the kitchen anyway. Trust me, there was a lot of time and effort put in there. He was also involved with the COVID insurance requirements for the branch, turning off the water, doing the weekly checks, and part of the COVID team to reopen the branch. Involved with the cenotaph, doing the rocks, crushed rocks around the cenotaph path, removing wreaths and crosses. And in fact, yesterday I was here and had to pop in for something, and there was Fred and Ann pulling weeds and raking the gravel. Part of the Poppy Committee and campaign. He was again part of the group that coordinated the remembrance events through Dominion Command Directive. He helped put the poppy trays together so that we would have no contact distribution. He distributed poppies on the Reed Points Ferry and coordinated the canvassers and also helped to count and roll. Again, the remembrance activities, we had 2 events this year. And for the honors and awards dinners, same thing. Helped with the food prep, setting up tables and chairs. And even when we were finally able to get the meal out last year, Fred popped in to pick up his meals and saw we could use a little bit of help, and he stayed to help. Branch activities, he's involved with the color party, he attends rallies and seminars, stepped up to help out with the cleaning when May and Bill were recovering from their injuries, and also assisted with doing snow removal around the building and the ramp. And also involved with brunches and Chase the Ace. Branch committees, besides House, he's also Military History and Archives and was part of the Market Volunteer Servers. Fred is one of those members that can be called on to provide assistance when needed. Fred has stepped into a leadership role from the time he joined the Legion, and this helps to ensure our strong future. He is on track to be president next year. Fred Healey has been involved in every aspect of keeping our Legion going during these difficult times. Most importantly, he has done so in a consultation and cooperation with all other members of the Legion involved in each of the activities noted above. Fred's contribution to our branch over the past year cannot be overstated, and it is certainly very much appreciated. And Fred's so eager to be a Legion member that he paid up his years ahead and received a watch. And normally, the Legion of the Year gets a watch. So because we couldn't do that, Fred, we thought that this might be an appropriate substitute for you. It's the plastic bag.
Well, thank you very much.
Have a look, take it out.
I appreciate it.
Have a look, take it out.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Super.
Is it small?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, you need long arms. You need long arms, though.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Thank you very much.
so, and as you can
Oh,
see,
you got the price tag in. I gotta take that out.
oh, that's probably for me. That's for me.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. We knew, of course, that Fred and Ann were getting these awards, so we thought that it was appropriate. Normally, when we have a dinner, and we invite the family members to attend the dinner, and we couldn't have a dinner this year, so we thought we would still invite the family members to attend. So Fred and Ann's family is here with us tonight. Surprise.
Bye.
Surprise. You can sit down now.
Can I sit down? All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much again.
Oh, he doesn't get the glass.
No, we get.
Oh, okay.
But let me see, who do I have? You can do this one too, Kathy, if you want to stay up here.
Yeah, I like it. No,
Let's see.
I want to be comic relief, though.
Let's do the, now see, Terry invited them in early and he threw off my whole schedule here.
Yeah, he can do that. Yeah, look at him.
So we'll do the Poppy Appreciation Certificates, and what we'll do is we'll ask Bonnie Jenkins to has them right here. And we'll get Bonnie and Kathy, rather than having people traveling back and forth, we'll have the two of them traveling.
Okay.
So
First
you
one's
take
for you,
half, you
Bonnie.
take half. Yeah, first one is for Bonnie Jenkins. I'm going to read them off and you guys can travel.
I can travel while you're reading.
You can travel while I'm reading. Okay, yeah, so 2020 campaign volunteers, and if we miss anybody, please let me know. It was a hectic year and it certainly wasn't intentional. Bill Wood and Sandra Wood, Joan Small, Bonnie Jenkins, Steve Gordeau, Rita Wilson, Cindy Urquhart, Greg Boudreau, Matt McCann, Carolyn Clark, Kathy Campbell, Darren Finney, Sherry McKay, Fran Miller, Ann Healey, Barb Pitt, Barb Mead, Judy McFarland, and Judy McFarland, what was your granddaughter's name that helped you? Lauren, L-O-R-N-E? L-A-U-R-N. Fred Healey, Joe Stack, Royden Breen, Terry Campbell, Ann Healey, Kelly Newstead, Faye Gorm, and Mike Ferris. So like I said, if I missed anybody, please let me know, and we will get a certificate made up for you.
And these ones aren't here. So.
And those ones aren't here, so we'll
you're
just,
here,
yep,
so-
I'm here.
Okay. You don't need me now, or do you?
Well, do you want to present this one?
Sure.
I'll read it out. And another award that is a recent award in the last couple of years, in fact, this is the third year for it, is the Kingston Peninsula Citizen of the Year Award. And you may not think that, that this 2020 year was a lot going on, but I'd like to ask Sherry McKay to come forward, and I will explain why she's receiving this award. And she's going to be speechless.
That's the first.
Put your mask up.
At least she's honest.
No, I saw her speechless one other time.
Did you?
Yeah. She was speechless one other, so Sherry, you come right over here so Rob can see you.
I don't have that yet.
Since becoming a resident of the peninsula in 1974, Sherry has been very active. And I'm not going to read the whole entire citation because it's several pages long, but I'm going to hit on the key points. Sherry when she first moved here, she was still working full-time with the Crown Prosecutor's Office. She first became involved with the farmers market in 1979, and that's when it was known as the Kingston Agricultural Hall. And then she later became involved with the new farmers market, Kingston Farmers Market, in 1998, when that opened. She was also instrumental in getting the first ambulance service on the peninsula. Division 844 was a volunteer service formed in 1980, and Sherry was involved in taking courses and being attendant and having over 750 volunteer hours, and she later became the superintendent of the division and stayed on for another 10 years until it was privatized by the province. Sherry has been a member of the Ladies Auxiliary since 1990. You heard Grace say that she received her 30-year pin. And besides working with the Ladies Auxiliary, she also was helpful with the branch over many times. And she also joined the branch in 2011. So she's involved with Ladies Auxiliary, Canada Day. We heard some of the activities she's involved, coordinating bingo, the kids' scavenger hunt, and helping out with the flea market. When we were able to have kitchen parties, she was involved with that. Brunches, helping out on prep day, and helping out on some of the days that we had a brunch. She's the Poppy Campaign team captain for Foodland, coordinating volunteers and shifts. Besides her Legion and auxiliary activities and market activities, after Sherry retired, she joined the Peninsula Pearl Seniors in 2007. And she's been the activities director ever since. And in her capacity as director, she coordinates the outings, she does a pre-plan of the route, and goes into the restaurants to check and make sure that everything is seniors friendly. And she also coordinates the guest speakers for meetings. She coordinates the prizes, the entertainment, and if you've ever been part of, on the receiving end of the Christmas gift bags that she puts together at the seniors dinner at Christmas time, you know the amount of work that goes into that. Sherry also coordinates our Zumba Gold exercise program and our Flex and Flow program, and she applies for grants to cover the cost of some of those. No matter what's going on in the community, Sherry helps where she can. If you have been on the receiving end of Sherry's kindness, then you know what I'm about to talk about. Sometimes it looks like having a cooked turkey delivered to your house in a time of tragedy or loss. Sometimes it's receiving a special meal dropped off just because she had some extra and knew that you liked it. And if you've been on the receiving end of this, you know what I'm talking about.
I'd like to be though.
So sometimes it looks like getting a 3-page list of things that she's made up for an event that's taking place to make sure you didn't miss anything. Baskets for cards, names, tea bags, coffee, how long it takes to put the pot on. Sandwiches, cut the crusts off. 3 fingers per sandwich, use 2 slices of bread, small plates, not big ones. Now this might be annoying to some people, but her thoughtfulness is very much appreciated by most people that she does this for. Sometimes it looks like meals being delivered to somebody in the community after a Legion dinner or function, to someone that she has heard that is sick or confined to home. And she doesn't even necessarily have to personally know them. She could just hear about them and delivers the meals, or calls and says, can we get some delivered? Recently, Sherry was involved in coordinating the drive-by parade for my mother's 90th birthday. Well-being checks in the community. Sherry regularly calls many seniors in the community to chat and see how they're doing. When we went into lockdown early in 2020, Sherry helped coordinate our seniors to maintain contact through the virtual exercise program. Beyond the peninsula, Sherry is involved in, and this was an important one that I didn't know a lot about, but Steve was able to fill me in on it. Sherry was a fixture in the courtrooms as a volunteer member of the Victim Service Unit, where she would support and assist victims of crime who were required to testify in court. She would provide guidance, support, and reassurance. That was a very important and appreciated volunteer function. Because of the work done by Sherry and others in those days, this developed into a paid position, something that still exists today. These are just a few examples of why we felt Sherry was very deserving of a nomination for all the hard work she does for the residents of the Peninsula and beyond. Sherry continues to be active in our Peninsula community at the age of blank.
79.
When someone calls with a need, Sherry is there. If she can't help, she is great at finding someone who can. Sherry is aware of what is happening in the community, and she is not shy at reaching out to get help for people. For the above reasons, and probably many more that we're not even aware of, the Honors and Awards Committee of Branch 62 would like to recognize Sherry McKay and present her with the 2020 Peninsula Citizen of the Year Award.
Lovely. That's well deserved. That is a surprise.
I know it is.
Congratulations.
Only one other time did I ever see her at a loss for words. Terry, did you want to come up and do the verbal names for the CRA Tax Clinic and maybe give a quick little blurb on what it is?
The last 3 or 4 years, I'm not sure exactly what, but CVIP, Community Volunteer Income Tax Program, here at the Peninsula we've belong, and one of the mainstays has been Healey, which wasn't mentioned. Myself, Catherine Cole, who is our go-to person for anything that we need to know. Leah Hearn joined us. The year before COVID got involved, we had Richard O'Leary and also Bob
Langford.
So we started out, we did about, I think it was 10 amps the first year. Then we had COVID come on, I think we still had around 15. Well, this last year we've done 40, and we're still doing them. Anybody that you know needs their income tax done, we still will do them right now. And we did close to 50 this year, and I could see us moving up to well over a couple of hundred in the future. Because it's just getting out there that your information is confidential with us. We do them. It all gets filed with Revenue Canada. We give you a printout, and you're gone. And they have a criteria of how much money and whatever, but we've taken anyone. Anybody that wants their income tax done, we will work and try to make it to the point that it gets really busy. We can't, but right now, again, we have Catherine Cole, and she definitely is our go-to person for all income tax. So just to let you know that here at the Legion, as part of our community service, we do income tax. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. And just a couple of more verbal appreciations for the kitchen renovation. We talked about Fred, but Fred also had some people that helped him. And if you want to just quickly stand, please. Billy White was involved, Terry Campbell, Ann Healey, and myself, Kelly Newstead. And the Honors and Awards takeout meal, like I said, we had to postpone the dinner, and we finally had a window that we could get it out the end of November. And I want to thank Bonnie Jenkins, Kathy Campbell for helping to get that coordinated, and Fred also with helping pass out some of the meals. And the last one that I want to present, it's already been presented earlier. Kathy received her Life Membership Award, but when COVID hit, everything kind of closed down, and Dominion Command was a bit late in getting the certificates and things out. So they finally came. And so I want to present this to Kathy. And I'm not going to read her whole citation, but I think it's important for us to recognize that 2020 and 2021 have, maybe Terry can present this. Because he can hug her.
Oh. Do we have to?
Yes. No, you don't.
Wait, look at my shoe.
So Terry, you come over here, please.
Yeah, over here.
Kathy became president in 2020, and our branch had been going along great, and all of a sudden COVID hit. And Kathy has been the president in the 2 worst years that our branch has had in history.
And the worst president we've ever had.
Oh my God! Isn't that
Do you
awful?
want to eat anything in the
Yeah.
next month?
No.
She has tried to bring positivity to our meetings in her opening and closing remarks. The things that she has had to deal with in her first year, 18 months, is probably what most presidents don't have to deal with in much longer terms that some of them have. Fortunately for us, she has stayed the course and continues to lead our organization with grace and dignity. And that's something that I think is important to remember, because you might think that it's an easy year because we were shut down and not a lot going on, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes to try and keep this place open and to get the protocols back in place to get us up and running. And still, we're dealing with the issues now, and there's still a lot of things that Kathy does, and so she's had a tough year and a half, and certainly want to congratulate her for everything she's done, and just a second presentation for your Life Membership Award.
Oh, thank you. I like to do everything in two.
You did do a good job.
Yeah.
So if there's nothing else, I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
I move it. Got a motion to adjourn, seconded. All in favor? Aye. Can I just give a little promo for Ross Burton, who's
Huh?